What up guys, welcome back to 88-bit Tech. I'm AJ and today I have a review for you on an AliExpress special. This is a 850 watt power supply from Julongfengbao. Apparently Julongfengbao means dragon storm or something like that. It's got some weight and heft to it, but it's fully modular. I paid $56 taxes and delivery included. Is it worth it? This is going to be a non-technical review. I am not an electrical engineer, nor do I have any knowledge when it comes to really testing power supplies. I'm going to do some basic testing. I have a power supply tester just to see if all the values are within range. I'm going to pair it with a fairly power-hungry Xeon processor and a pretty power-hungry Intel Arc A580 as well. So without further ado, let's get into it. Guys, so we have a little bit of a comparison here. I do have a Corsair. This is a B-tier PSU. It's the RM850X fully modular PSU. As you can see, there is a pretty considerable size difference here. Weight-wise, it's definitely lighter. Another difference is the Dragon Storm fan is considerably smaller than the fan on the Corsair RM850X. This actually has a 140mm fan in it, versus it looks like the fan in this power supply is like a 90mm fan, maybe even a little bit larger, but it's definitely a smaller fan for sure. So what does that mean? That means that this is going to be considerably louder than this. Let's check the weight. I'm going to be using this. We're going to test the weight of the Dragon Storm PSU. A little less than a kilo in weight for this one. Let's compare that now to the Corsair. So with the Corsair, we're a little over a kilo. Maybe like around like 1.2 or something like that. We were probably about 0.8 kilos with the Dragon Storm PSU. So it is quite significantly lighter than the Corsair B-tier PSU. Another thing I want to discuss is the build quality. And actually the build quality is It's pretty good. It's a full steel frame. Doesn't sound like it's got any moving parts in it, which is good. I do see some stuff bent on the inside there, but I don't. Like I said, I'm not an electrical engineer, so I have no idea. I'm gonna go ahead and test this in a power supply tester before I plug it into anything, just to make sure that it is working all right and there's no issues with it. I'll leave that going for a little while. You will have to source your own power cable, but that's in the description of the listing, which I've already done, so I'm all set there. But let's go ahead and plug it into the power tester. So we've got everything plugged up to the power supply tester here, and I have all the cables plugged in so I can test each one separately. The power cable is braided, everything else is not, is sleeved. And then, so it comes with 3 PCIe cables, 2 CPU cables, 2 SATA cables, and 1 Molex cable. Let's start it up and hopefully it doesn't explode. So on the 12-volt rail, the minus 12, we're at 12. The plus 12-volt rail, we're at 12.4. There's 5-volt SB. It's in 5. And then the PG is 360 milliseconds. You want that under 500, so we're good there. Everything else is well within the accepted values. Look at that. Really good. And all green lights on the SATA and Molex cable. the SATA cable. I think it only, yeah, it's only, green lights, all good. So we have only one of the CPU connectors tested right now. I have to test the other one, but I have to shut the system off to do it. However, I can unplug the, so I have one of the PCIe cables plugged in right now, so I'll test another one here. So the 12 volt is blinking because it's not plugged in. Oh. Let's grab another one. What's nifty about this is it is a 8 pin or 6+2 pin. It's just, it has a sleeve in there to notch into, which is really nice, convenient. So I can only test 6 pin on this tester. It doesn't allow me to test 4, but should plug that in and should be fine. So this is one of the other connectors there. And we're at 12.4 on that rail, so it's good there too. And last but not least, got the last PCI connector. So 0.4, also within value. So all the PCIe cables work. Next thing I'm going to do is test the CPU power. The other CPU cable we're going to test out. Values look good. Let's see what this button does on the back. Oh shoot, they sent me the RGB version. I didn't ask for this one. Okay. Cool, well I got an RGB version. I definitely purchased the non-RGB version, but there we are. Alright, so let's do just a sound test. It's not as loud as I thought it was going to be. People kind of said, and I saw in the reviews that it was pretty loud, but give it a listen. Yeah. Everything is well within normal values. This is so far so good. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and test it in a test bench here, and we'll see how it goes. Got everything hooked up that I need to. I added a SATA drive that I need to test, but everything is plugged in. Fans spinning. Fans are spinning. See if we get a display here. We do. Hey. Alright, and that is the Dragon Storm PSU. Let's turn on RGB. Everything is working fine. Alright guys, so we're finishing up our test with Cinebench R24. multi-core test, finishing the last render. In hardware info, we do maintain 100% CPU utilization across all 14 cores and 28 threads here. Thread usage 100% as well. The new cooler I just got that I'm also testing, it is a 4-pin cooler with dual fans. So it has a higher TDP, and the CPU is staying nice and cool, hovering about 50 degrees C across the board. No thermal throttling at all. Power limit exceeded, so we're all set there as well. I did also activate the 1TB SATA SSD, so that's powered on too. Now the RX 580 isn't particularly power hungry, so this 850 is not being utilized to its max capacity, but I will swap this out with a Intel Arc A580 here shortly, once this test finishes up. Okay, the test is finished. We got 695 out of 700 before, but that's just margin of error really. Yeah, working fine. I'll do a game on here and we'll see how it goes. Alright, so I just finished a round of Helldivers with that RX 580. We got 59 average FPS, still pretty good. And everything seems to be working fine with the Dragon Storm so far. Let's put in a more power hungry card and see where that gets us. Okay guys, so we finally got the Intel Arc A580 OC Edition 8GB working on this system, not without a few bumps and cracks on the road, or more like ravines to cross rather. So getting this Intel Arc A580 was an absolute pain to get working correctly. I finally did it after like 2.5 days of troubleshooting it and getting it to work, and then turning on something and trying to get rebar activated, and now it's good. And check this out. We are actually running in DX12 mode, and we're getting more frames than when we ran it in DX11. I ran it in DX11, did a match, and I was getting under 60. Now it's getting over 60 in DX12 mode on an Intel Arc A580 paired with a E5 2680 V4 CPU. Not too bad. Temperatures look really good. The Dragon Storm PSU is doing a great job of powering the entire system. But yeah, so we're gonna get a session going here and see how it performs. We're at max clock speeds, which is nice to see.
What's up, my boys?
Yo.
Well, we're gonna cluster. Really close.
Charger. Oh.
Yeah. 120mm gets complete. The 380 is mad. Yeah, it is. Radius. They're both crazy. Yeah. No, not yet. No, we need to.
there you have it, guys. That was a complete run with pulling 134 watts with the Arc A580 overclocked edition. CPU is only pulling 18, 19 watts right now. Anyways, guys, I don't know how well this system is pushing the 850 watt Julongfengbao or Dragonstorm PSU that I got off AliExpress, but it seems to be working just fine. I've got fully modular, and would I recommend this? We'll get into that right now in a sec. The Julongfengbao or Dragonstorm PSU works. 850 watts, fully modular, ATX gold-rated power supply off of AliExpress for $56 US, taxes and delivery included. Crazy good price. Would I recommend it? Still no. I mean, I think it's an incredible value for sure. It seems to be quite well made, but I don't really. There's not enough information on the longevity, and I don't have the resources to test all the other like overcurrent protection, short circuiting protections. I can't just be frying components just to test if this PSU is good. So you can roll the die. It's up to you. I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to check it out. It powers this system quite well, handles the Intel Arc A580 easily. I haven't had everything seems to be stable on it. Like I said, I probably won't be using the RGB because at least you can shut it off. But yeah, I would still highly recommend getting something off the PSU tier list. That's either tier C or tier B for your system, or even tier A if you want to spend that money on that. But yeah, I'm gonna keep it. I'm actually gonna use it in my test bench and just like keep using it until something happens. This is kind of a cheap test bench, so I'm okay with it. Hopefully it doesn't do any damage to any of the graphics cards that I have in there, but it's a big if. But I'm gonna roll the dice for you guys, and we'll see if the value is truly worth it. Like I said, for fully modular power supply for $56, it's pretty insane. So yeah. If you guys like the video, please like the video, as it does really help the channel out. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos that I release. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.